How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to my ranch. In today's video, I want to talk about some of the things that I've done off camera, get you up to speed, and we got a project that we're going to be doing today, and I'm just going to showcase it just a little bit. It's not going to be a how-to or anything in depth, but basically I'm just going to, it's going to be more of a narrated video. Just kind of want to get you guys up to speed and talk about the projects that we have at hand and kind of my methodology and reasoning. What you see behind me is my pond here, and in the background you'll see the house. Currently in the backyard of my house there. This is the west side of the property, and yeah, just thought I'd start off with a new look from a different angle and take it from here. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, so this is what happened. Last weekend, my roommate's boss allowed us to use his tractor, and so if you could look behind me here, there was a bunch of trees and stuff just stuck up here, old, most of them dead, and I was able to push them over and kind of get them into a pile down here with the tractor. And we also did some mulching and stuff or whatever. He has a brush hog on the back of his tractor, and we used that around the pond and around the backyard here. Forgive the sunlight, but it's all pretty cleared back here, and I was able to go around the pond a few times. All those evergreens I still want to get out. Those are bigger, so we might just hook up chains to that, bring the Suzuki out, and try to drag them out. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, the back is starting to get cleaned up over here, and we're going to keep chipping away at it while we do other things around the house. Back here, this bush was as tall as the next one, and this one was right in front of our kitchen window. So I kind of just hacked it down. There's really no method or reason, and the reason I didn't do this methodically is because all the bushes on the back side of this house are pretty much every bush around the house is going to be moved or destroyed, and then we're going to plant other things more strategic, something that might yield fruit, or maybe it's a pollinator of some kind, but there's going to be a reason behind it. So there might also be a deck that goes around the entire place, and those can't be there. But until now, we have a view from inside the house. All right, this general area, if you've been watching me in my videos, you know where my garden is, and you know where my two-car garage is. Well, back here we had 3 tree stumps that we needed to get out. We got out a few of them, 2 of them actually. We weren't able to get this one out. So, not really sure what we're gonna do with this one yet. We're just gonna leave it for now, but we were able to get that one there and that one there. Fall is in full effect. Most of our trees have dumped their leaves by this point, so we've been keeping up and trying to keep the leaves raked up for the most part. We'll be using these leaves in a bonfire. I'm gonna have invite some friends over next weekend, and we're gonna try to burn some of this stuff. This big tree stump that you see in the middle, this isn't a tree that belonged there. If you've seen any of my other videos, my recent past videos, we just took this tree stump that was bent over right here in front of the garage and pushed it over here. This one is also over another stump that we're trying to burn. So we piled some leaves around it. We got some more wood that we want to burn, and yeah, that's gonna That's going to be our bonfire. Hopefully that knocks down that tree stump and the one in the ground a little bit. While I'm here, I might as well talk to you about my little trash dump. This is just temporary. We're just using it as a staging place. There's a bunch of scrap metal and stuff that I found throughout the property, various other things. We do the burning of the trash, but sometimes our cans and some glasses, like, you know, spaghetti sauce and stuff gets in there. Well, after we empty the fire cans there that you see in the back, we're left with things that need to be disposed of. So we're kind of putting all that stuff here. We got bags of stuff that we don't want to burn or can't burn, and so that's where we're putting it. Now, my roommate Dave, you've seen him in some of the past videos, that trailer next to his truck there, he got that from work. His boss gave it to him. We've been really fortunate, and thank you, Glenn, if you're watching this. We really appreciate it. We need to do a little bit of work to that trailer, but that trailer is then going to get loaded up with some of the stuff that we have around the house. There's some stuff over here by, if you go around the house, there's a couple sheds that have a bunch of stuff that we need to get rid of as well. And we're going to make a dump run and start cleaning this place up. So that's in full effect too. All right, so some of you know that my father just moved here. We don't necessarily have room for all of his things, and a lot of his things are still left in that box truck right there. So forgive the noise in the background, he's fixing our little ramp. But what we're going to be doing today is making a shelf inside the garage so we could get some of the stuff out of the box truck that is in front of things that we could actually use inside the house, like his couch and stuff like that. So today's project will be of us just taking a quick couple clips on us building that. And so stick around towards the end, the back half of this video to see that project unfold. Well, since I brought it up, I wanted to show you the stuff I was talking about, stuff we need to get rid of. Basically everything here we're just going to go ahead and throw away. We might keep that chair, but for the most part this stuff is just unwanted and was left by the previous owners, and we're cleaning it up. Something you guys haven't seen is my roommate. I've basically let him use this shed. Let me stand away so you can take a look at it. I think it's 10 by 14 or something like that. Anyways, I'll let him commandeer the shed. He's got a little hobby he's starting, a little side work for his own personal use. He's starting to what's called Cerakoting weapons and stuff like that. We installed an AC, well, he did rather, and I don't know if it's all put together in there, but there's an actual breaker in my breaker panel for this shed, so he's got power and everything. But all this stuff was inside there. He's actually done a really good job in there, but we need to get rid of all this stuff. Okay, so there's other things on the property that I'd like to clean up. This was a picnic table. I could burn that, but if I do, it's got to be inside of a barrel because there's nails. This is right next to the sheds. There's stuff around the back of these sheds left by the previous homeowner that I need to address at some point. Looks like there's some lumber and yeah, some junk, some fence building material. There's some chicken wire posts, an old lawnmower. Now all this stuff is going to be dealt with and either thrown out or repurposed. Yeah, that's where we're at on there. I've also talked about all the rocks on the property in previous videos. My property has a lot of rocks. I don't know if you could see that one down there, but they're everywhere. When I was using Glenn's tractor, we were bringing them up. Some rocks were coming up. There's another one right here under my foot. And I want to be able to use these rocks. And I think I'm going to be using them in either definitely my gun range, but also fence posts. It's hard to describe, but you could buy these round wire containers that you fill with rocks, makes columns of rocks, and then you shove wood in the holes, and then you can make a fence line, and the pillars being the the rocks around the house. After we go to the dump a few times and get rid of all the trash, I'm going to be hooking up that trailer to my Samurai and doing a couple rounds, picking up the various rocks that pop up. And there's rocks literally everywhere. Now, there's probably a better way of doing this. But right now I'm just gonna start getting, I'll probably just fill the trailer up once or twice with the various rocks that I find, and then dumping them somewhere so then we could reuse them when we're ready. And then also clearing up any of the big rocks, so if I get to use the tractor again with the brush hog in it, I won't have to run them over again. There's rocks everywhere, and I'd like to use them. That's the bottom line. We got some good news. This is my breaker panel, but you'll see there's a white markings on the ground. That turn into flags and more markings. And what you're seeing here is the new path for the fiber optic cable the cable company is putting onto my property. So I think by New Year's, if all goes well, I should have high-speed internet, which means I should be able to upload videos much easier than I am now. It literally takes hours to upload a 5-minute video. One of the things that discourages me from continuing to put out content. But we're getting it all squared away. So the plan in here is to build a shelf about 50 inches off the ground. 50 inches because when I need to, I can pull my Jeep in here. And the hood and everything comes up to about 49 inches. So we'll build a 4-foot shelf on this back wall here that span these two posts. These posts are 9 feet apart. And that way it buys us some room to deal with some of the miscellaneous boxes, various things that we have stored. And yeah, so that's the goal in here. That's what we'll be doing a little bit later today. Also, I got some good news. I went ahead and bought me a new to me phone. It's not one that is brand new to the world. It's something that's a few years old, but it's better than the one I've got now. And that way the quality of my videos will go up a little bit because I'll use it for the camera and everything else. If you know anything about me or my phone, you're probably like, this is the best thing you could have ever done in your entire life. All right, we cleaned up the side of the freight container here, and just about everything went on top of it. While we had the tractor, we were able to lift us up on top of the freight container and just hand stuff up there. Got transmission jacks, sets of tires, and a bunch of miscellaneous metal and bric-a-brac. We'll address that at some other point. This whole freight container will be moved at some point, and when that happens, hopefully we'll have already a place for this stuff. All right, guys, this is the brains of the entire thing. What he's doing right now is he's installing these cabinet slides for the pantry that I have inside because they're pretty much not useful. They're too deep. So at least this way we'll be able to utilize what's inside the cabinet just by pulling out the drawer and addressing that. That's not going to go on camera, by the way. If you want to see stuff like that, improvements inside the house, then leave comments below. But right now this channel usually doesn't showcase things like that. But that's Pop. So thought I'd introduce you. All right, so but just briefly, there's a couple other things we're doing, and Dad just brought an entire house full of stuff, and what you see here is basically us putting together all of what we have, choosing the best things, and getting ready to discard or donate the things we don't need or want. Those slides are going to be going in these cabinets here. Also notice from previous videos that my microwave used to go there. And now we have a newer microwave up here. We took down the old vent. It still works. The vent still works. Goes up through the roof. But now we gain some counter space. It just happened to be, there's really no reason why I bought LG, but since I bought that, I'm probably going to be looking to slowly change the appliances over time to LG if at all possible. But we're going to start upgrading this place and getting it together. Oh, I've never taken you into their bathroom, the guest bathroom, but we got a new toilet in there too. One that will suck, you know, bowling balls down the sewer line. Just some more debris that we need to get rid of or place. The toilet we're gonna go ahead and take out and send to the landfill, the microwave, and again, just getting things cleaned up. These bushes might come out kind of soon in the season. Repurpose these row of rocks. We will be fixing things like this. Dad just fixed the bottom few steps of this ramp, so at least there's not as bad as a trip and fall hazard. And that's pretty much what we have an update on. So the next couple clips will just be us figuring out that shelf out there, and I'll probably just time lapse it and then do a little quick outro. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the next couple clips. Action.
Yeah, well,
and action.
Okay, these are take 12-foot boards, go from that 6x6 to the center of this 6x6 to the end of this 6x6. And we're going to figure out the length of 2 pieces of plywood. Then we're going to
cut. Face the camera. Because you're talking. All right. Ready? Action.
Should I start over?
Cut.
This is going to take forever. Come on, let's just put a board up and go from there.
Ready? Action.
Alright, we're going to go with this stuff from the end of that 6x6 to the center of this 6x6 to the end of this 6x6. Measure out 16 feet, and then we'll end up putting a board out 4 feet, a board out 4 feet. We're going to go from that board out to that pillar, come out 4 feet, put another post, back, another post, put our ribs, plywood, done.